It's not hard work, it's not authenticity, it's not consistency, it's not providing value, it's not luck neither. You see, in November of 2024, I signed a contract with a content creator named Oscar Patel to scale his business, and 3 months down the line, he has hit his first $100,000 month. And he's been increasing that number every single month ever since. You see, there are 3 key factors that distinguished Oscar Patel from any other creator I've worked with before. And these things were the sole reason why he was able to go from absolute nothing, rock bottom, to leading a 7-figure info business that sold digital products, that won us the school games, and all of that happened within 3 months. Now, I understand that what I'm saying right now sounds a bit crazy, and you have no reason to believe me, which is why I included an interview from Oscar Patel himself, where he mentions and proves everything from top to bottom inside the link in the description. I would definitely suggest you to check it out after this video. Now, the first key factor that Oscar distinguished from everybody else was speed. Now, what I would like you to understand is that when I say speed, I don't mean posting consistently or posting a reel a day or anything like that. What I mean with speed is by the time that his competition tested out 1 YouTube video idea or 2 YouTube video ideas, we tested 12. And with every single video, we tested 2 titles each, which means 24 titles. And we tested out 3 thumbnails each, which means 36 thumbnails. By the time our competitors tested 2 thumbnails, we tested 36, which means we had more data to work with. We were simply faster in finding out what works and what doesn't. Let me name you an example. If you look at the top 10 performing videos of Oscar Patel, the same picture was probably used 3, 4, if not 5 times inside the top 10. And that was simply because we immediately realized that this photo performed incredibly well. And that is the same that you need to do as well. When it comes to content creation, it is not so much about perfectionism or posting once a day or being consistent, because at the end of the day, if you're going to do the same stuff over and over and over again that didn't work in the first place, it's not going to work on the 10th time, and neither is it going to work on the 100th video. The truth is, you need to test every single thing possible as soon as possible so that you can find out what works and what doesn't. Because at the end of the day, in the beginning of content creation, you really have zero idea of what works and what doesn't. And I'm speaking from experience because I have 130,000 followers on Instagram right now, and I've built many personal brands like Oscar Patel's. The truth is, a lot of people go out there into the content creation game and think, hey, I know what works and I know what doesn't because I know all the frameworks, I know all the data, and I know that Daniel Dalen posts vlogs and everybody's shifting to vlogs, so vlogs are performing very well. But the truth is, you're not Daniel Dalen. What works for Daniel Dalen will not work for you, because if you want to attract people with your life, just like Daniel Dalen does it, you first need to have an attractive life, just like Daniel Dalen does, which you may not have, because maybe you're in a grinding phase right now, making $20,000, $30,000 a month, maybe $2,000 a month. And in that case, your life is not going to be as interesting as Daniel Dalen's. Your advice is not going to be as helpful as somebody who owns multiple $1 million businesses. So you have no idea how to go viral. So the number one thing that you need to prioritize is speed. Be as fast as possible in testing what works and what doesn't, and finding out what works in your niche for you and what doesn't. Now, the second thing is a lack of shame. Now, when I say a lack of shame, that also binds into the same thing that I told you about testing as many things as possible. The number one reason why content creators burn out is because they do the same stuff over and over again, because they are ashamed of posting content that they think is cool and that they think is entertaining and that they think is nice, because they are afraid of being judged. They are afraid of feeling ashamed of themselves. Now, the truth is that that is the reason why you will never perform on social media. If you're not willing to embarrass yourself in the beginning, you won't be able to test the things that other people weren't willing to test yet. And that's the reason why people do the same stuff over and over again. They're comfortable in the concept that they're doing, and they're comfortable in not standing out and actually looking pretty normal. And then they expect the algorithm to send them millions and millions of views, and if it doesn't, then the algorithm shadow banned you. That's not true. Doing what everybody else does will give you what everybody else gets. And the truth is that for every successful content creator you see out there who's telling you to post consistently and just make it work, there is an entire graveyard of dozens, hundreds, if not thousands of content creators who failed miserably, although they posted every single day. And the only reason why that is because they weren't willing to test new things, to test things that other people may not test, to test things that may be ashamed of, because it's just a risky idea. It's high risk, high reward. So They stick to the basic things. They stick to the common things, to the things that fit in, to the ideas that fit in, and never actually try anything that might be outstanding. People who are fast in posting and then also have a lack of shame and therefore post a new idea or 4 new thumbnails every single video are the ones who outperform the ones who post once a day and post the same stuff over and over again and try to fit in. That's just the experience that I've had. I've scaled my personal brand to 130,000 followers. That's the experience I've had with Oscar Patel, first scaling to 200,000 followers on Instagram in 6 months, then scaling to 120,000 subscribers on YouTube also in 6 months. But again, if you're gonna do what everybody else does, you'll get what everybody else gets. And the thing that everybody else gets, or most people get, is no views. You just don't see them because they never show up on your feed, obviously. Now, the third and most important thing, which is actually the foundation of building a magnetic personal brand, is a magnetic personality. You see, if you want to build a personal brand that is going to make you 100K a month, you need to be magnetic yourself. Now, when I say a magnetic personality, I don't mean that you need to be the life of a party on every single event that you go to. You don't need to be a magnetic personality in real life to be a magnetic personality on social media. What I'm trying to say is a magnetic personality can be defined by different factors. You might be magnetic because you have a lot of knowledge. You might be magnetic because you have a lot of humor. You might be magnetic because you know how to express yourself. You know how to reach people. You know how to reach people's emotions. You're very empathetic and you know how to help a friend every single time that somebody comes up to you. You might be the therapist for all your friends inside your friend group because you simply just know what to say in order to cause an emotion in people. Being magnetic means that you can cause something in somebody. That is what a magnetic personality is. You see, the reason Alex Hormozi blew up on social media was not because he was providing value, but actually because he was the only millionaire or multi-millionaire back then who was providing value completely free of charge without funneling you into a $997 course. In fact, he was not asking anything in return. That is what made him magnetic. There was nobody who could provide the thing that he could, which was knowledge by a millionaire. Because everybody knew that these other millionaires were hiding their true knowledge behind paywalls, behind courses, behind funnels, but he wasn't. That's what made him magnetic. So the first variable could be knowledge. The second variable is the wow factor, being extremely entertaining. This is also the reason why Oscar Patel was a magnetic, because he just had a lot of knowledge about becoming more attractive through becoming healthier that other people didn't. Everybody else was teaching people techniques like mewing or offering them skincare products, this, that, while he was literally teaching people how to become more attractive by becoming healthier. And that was something that nobody else did. He had knowledge that nobody else had. Just like Alex Hormozi had knowledge of a millionaire that nobody else on social media would share, just like he did. Now, being a magnetic personality could be anything. Anything that makes somebody else take action could be the reason for being magnetic. Whether it's knowledge, whether it's your lifestyle, or whether it is your emotional intelligence. If you look at Daniel Dalen is not only somebody who has a great lifestyle, but also a great personality, completely untied to ego, basically helping people with the emotional intelligence that he has. His sit-down talks that he has in his home or in his Airbnbs hit people right where he needs to hit them in order to cause an emotion and cause them to take action. If you see him hosting running clubs, every single person who comes up to him tells him, hey, because of you, I started creating content. Because of you, I started my own business. Because of you, I improved my life. Because of you, I started traveling. He is causing something in people. Magnetic personalities cause other people to take action. Those are the 3 sole reasons why Oscar Patel was able to scale from $0 to $100,000 a month within 3 months. Now, I understand that in order to get to 100K a month, you cannot only have a magnetic personality and a magnetic personal brand, because at the end of the day, you don't want to just attract viewers, but you also want to attract buyers. And I made a complete full breakdown about how we made this happen with Oscar Patel that is 27 minutes long. It's an entire course, I may say, but I uploaded completely free of charge online on YouTube. If you're interested, the link is up here and it is extremely helpful. If you're not interested, no hard feelings, because I just want to thank you for your time and I hope I could help. Bye-bye.